Namaskaram to all. Welcome to Clyde Samvada, brought to you by the Hindu Temple of Scotland. Couple of weeks ago, we had an episode which talked about voice training and voice training for Carnatic music, which Adi, who is a Carnatic musician and voice trainer, did it. So we are doing a follow-up episode from that to have a bit of a practical demonstration with his sister. And we have a music sibling on the show today, trying to go deeper into Carnatic music in terms of the voice training influencing their own music, how they pick off music ideas from each other, and things that they have learned on the way. The fact that having that more theoretical knowledge about voice, how has that influenced their musical journey since? So we thought we'll do a practice-oriented session following up from the previous one. So
yeah, sure.
Welcome back, Adi, and thank you,
you
Sahana, for joining Clyde Samvada.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah.
So let's start from where we left the previous episode, which is like how you should take care of your voice, what you should do and not do. With that knowledge, how did you kind of, let's say, transfer that to how her singing was, or how you changed your own singing because of that?
In fact, do you want to start off with that? Because when I was going through the training, when I started implementing certain changes in my voice, what did you see, and what kind of mental changes that you made?
Okay, so his voice training phase started from say 2016, 2017, and there's been remarkable differences, because the Adi prior to 2016, 2017 used to be completely open-throated and completely, lack of any nasal resonance. If I take YouTube videos of his concerts before that period, it'll only be mostly, trying to hit that note with cracks. Okay, with cracks and probably even trying to shout it out in that range. And post voice training and post certification, the way he sings, see, first of all, there's a lot of internal calm, and the way he has disciplined himself, be it his regular routine, daily life routine, or his practice sessions, all of that, has molded his concerts or even general singing in a much, how do I put it? So now it's very easy. So if I see him sing, it feels very easy. I mean, there's no strain, his muscles are relaxed, and that's when I realized what all I've been messing up all through my life. Because, around the same time period, I also had very, poor voice techniques, and I also had to, picking out of probably his previous episode here, he advised a lot of all of us to, cut our talking by 50%, right? I am a classic example of that, because I had to literally completely shut up for 21 days straight, right? Because my voice technique was very poor. I misused my voice because I can't shut up. I keep straining, I keep talking, and back then I was also in my high school days, and I had to shout everywhere. Okay, so I misused my voice, and just after school I used to go to my music classes, so I had to strain my voice there as well, because I already had poor technique. So I had to shut up for 21 days straight and get my routine corrected. So I did a lot of changes on that part, and then I realized where all I'm messing up. First of all, I was shouting. Then with his help, I developed a lot of, so in my own music, I used to shout, or either completely shout or not shout at all. I mean, there was restriction of voice. With his help, I was able to balance. I mean, it's still an ongoing process, but I was able to find a balance looking at him. Because his his way of presenting a concert or even presenting a composition, even while practicing, that gave me a sense of balance as to how loud I have to be, how unrestricted I have to keep my voice, and how hydrated I have to be. Because I am a poor water drinker, I have poor diet, I have only tamarind, everything in my food, and that causes a lot of acid reflux.
She
all
kind of
that
became
he
a guinea
banned.
pig. If I
Yeah.
wanted to try out all
Okay.
my experiments or
Okay, maybe we try the guinea pig thing here also. About like, let's say if you kind of have the both of you demonstrate something along those lines, like with you giving some sort of training. I'm sure you've kind of already gone through this, but just for somebody to relate to this, can we do some form of a demonstration of something and then you doing a singing part or something like that?
Sure. We can actually, உனக்கு இது யாரை பத்திரி பதம் தெரியுமா? Which ஏதாவது take a song that probably take a song that you're comfortable with. Just sing that portion. Will probably I'll come in with some resonance point.
Valaputalam Vashama Nasamiki Valaputalam Vashama Nasamiki Valaputalam Vashama.
Can you sing that?
Nasa.
Yeah, again that portion. Valapu.
Talam Vashama. Nasa.
Make that into one breath. No, Vashama. Nasa. Miki. Valapu.
Okay.
Take a breath there, no?
Vashama Nasamiki Valapu Talam Vashama.
A little. So what I essentially asked her to do is fix a place where she takes a breath. It's a thing that a lot of singers struggle with. It's about a musical statement, musical sentence, right? When what you normally you need to make sure, because singing being breath work being the first part of your
The four things that we talked about.
right.
Yes.
Respiration. You need to make sure you mark out where you take a breath in a song. That's not something anybody does. I mean, it's more common in the Western music side. In Carnatic music, you rarely find singers marking out where they take a breath.
Yeah.
And learn it as a part of the song itself. See, the point is, okay, there's one portion I'm singing the song. There's one portion that's coming. I don't want to have this anxiety as to will I have enough breath by the time I finish my... No, if I learn a song with where I am
breaking,
taking a breath, it needs to be as specific about, is it a longer breath, how much time I have. Yes. So in this particular place, அவ்வளோதான் இருக்கு. Valapu, pu and ta. Valapu, ta.
You can't do a long breath there.
I can't do. I have to be at the same time. Ta. There's also a say. Valapu, ta. Vashama. There's a space. So you need to analyze the phraseologies of the song and see how long or short the certain pauses are, and then decide how long or how big of a breath you're taking or how short of a breath you're taking, because you don't have of course time to always take a deep breath at every point.
Yes.
Then my point is, you don't have to take a deep breath at every point.
I mean, especially because of the fact that our Carnatic music have lots of long phrases and they're also associated with a lot of lyrical meaning. So both have to be considered, and then we have to mark out our breaths.
Yeah, sometimes you will have to, you also try and, as much as possible, see that you don't breathe at a point where you're breaking a word.
Yes, I totally relate to that. I mean, like, I think, like, for me, like, I don't do a lot of singing, but
Right.
I do a lot of chanting, mantras, right? And there again, you have a similar overlap to this, right? Like, kind of say, like, especially when E comes,
Right.
before that, when there's a dirgham, after that, you can give an extra pause.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
So those are natural points where you take a breath while
Absolutely.
chanting. Like, I think, like, chanting doesn't have the same flow requirements potentially as a song.
True,
but
yeah.
even there, you kind of know where the extra points where I can do an extra breath is, depending on what the letter is. So
Even
totally get you the
even
phraseology
within,
part.
absolutely agreed. But in terms of a song, sometimes it can be a little more nuanced because it's not about only the lyrics there.
Yes.
Because it's all about how the syllable is blended into that musical melody
Note as
there.
well, yeah.
Sometimes the melody takes a precedence. Sometimes the phraseology of a song would be such that the song itself cuts the lyric in half. I can give you an example of you've heard Tyagaraja Pancharatnam, right?
Yes.
Bhagavata Ramayana. So if you take it, I'll sing this for up. Re pani sari ni sari gari re sa sa ni pa pa re sari pani pa re sari gari sa ni sari ma pa ni pa pa ma re ni pa pa sa ni pa re sa ni pa 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 gari re gari re gari re. Okay, that's how it goes. Okay, if you look at the text, just to show you some, even like, of course the composer knows the meaning and the lyrics and all those things, but how the composer has actually given has not lost the raga in it, in the flow of the composition.
Content.
Give you the text. Bhagavata Ramayana Gita Di Shruti Shastra Pura Napumarma Shruti Shastra Purana Adi Shruti Shastra Pura Napumar Mula Shiva Dishatmata Mula Guta Mulan Muppadi Mukko Tisu. There's nothing called Tisuda.
Kodi Sudha.
It's Muppadi Mukkoti, right? Muppadi Mukkoti Suta Tarangamula Bhavam Pulanerengi Bhavara Galayadi. It's Bhavaraga Layadi. So Bhavara Galaya. It's not that Tyagaraja is not like, Tyagaraja is intelligent only. He's not like, of course he's deliberately doing it. It's about, see, that's why I'm saying sometimes when you take a breath and all those things, it's a little more nuanced. You need to think beyond it as well. It's not just like oh, I can't take it's a sin to break the lyric and all those things, because there are compositions where the music, like in here, of course there is lyrical meaning. Of course it's beautiful lyrical meaning. But equally beautiful is how musically it's been structured. It's amazing. Bhavara galayadi saukam chechira yuvul galigi niravati sukat mulai tyagaraja tulai navarendaroma. So all this. So you need to. I can give you
That's
so many.
super nice. I mean, because I've heard Tyagaraja before, but I don't think I've kind of listen to it in this way. Now I will listen to it in very different ways. So
Yeah,
so
exactly. Because because as a singer, if I want to sing it if I want to see it from a vocal technique point of view, where I take a breath, I need to be appropriate about it, right? I can't if I split according to the lyric. Muppadi mukkoti sudha taranga mula bhavam pulaneringi bhavara layadi saukya. The split is already gone. You will not get the music as it is.
I don't know exactly, but I know something was wrong there. But okay.
Exactly. You got the feeling why it's
yeah.
because I'm not seeing according to the exact split there. Because each syllable is like encapsulated in the movement of that melody there, and that's where the beauty is. Or else it's like that's the difference between reciting something and singing something. Singing is the melody takes precedence there. It's how the syllable is like organically embedded into that melody. That's where it is. That doesn't mean that the lyric don't carry any weightage or something. Of course it carries weightage, but it carries that much weightage only because of how the melody carries the syllables like in a very organic way. That's of course credit to the composer. As a singer, if you're a singer, you need to analyze all of this and take breath accordingly. Sometimes it can be short. Sometimes breath can also be. It can also. Sometimes there will be a portion. There might be portions where you can't. The melody is also not fading out. At the same time, there might be like long portions where you really don't have any space to breathe. What do you do then? Sometimes you will have to create small fade outs within your voice to take that little breath. I can, how do I...
Shankar Mahadevan Breathless song, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a... that's extreme
example of that, right?
Extreme example of that, but there are many portions
Got
like...
What kind of a song do you
I'm trying to think of an example. The Kshasi.
No.
The Madhima Kalmada.
Darbar. Yochana.
Rajasatamasaguna muluragado. Jabatapa mulata jesitina naragato adiga kamadi kapatad muduvaramai balkaradu upamatana kule. It's the same.
Yeah.
Radu pamatana kule kayundavalaneyu rajura tiruka garadu chap angor breath chapala chittulayalu sudula pesareku brahmakaradane hari. It's so sometimes there will be portions where you will have to create a fade out within the. So you will have to again analyze the composite. Which syllable? That phrase where you're doing the syllable.
Where can you fade it out?
Probably in where I faded it out on the same syllable because the next line is also starting with the same syllable. So you can do a fade out, fade in. It's a music producer thing.
Yeah,
Sometimes you can of course blend it. If I put it on Logic Pro in an editor, I can put a fade in, fade out to give a little bit of a. Or I can take it as two different takes if I'm in a recording atmosphere. But my point is, if you're a singer, you need to analyze all of this also. Nice. Of course, like little thing as a breath, it can create a huge impact. Yeah.
And you seem to be like complementing each other quite well. Like in terms like in between, you kind of saw like how you're kind of picking off in terms of ideas, right? So tell us a bit more about this.
Oh, she also criticizes me a lot.
Fair enough.
She's ruthless in her criticism.
So how do you kind of pick off ideas, support each other in the musical journeys, and then that might be a good way to sort of bring it to close.
You wanna go?
You
go. Conveniently. No, so of course because we've grown up in the same household, and she'll know. She'll hear and see what the normal audience does not see. So when we practice and we feed off of each other,
I exactly know what he'll do next.
Yeah. At the same time, we're also unpredictable. That's there. But that's the whole fun. We may try and make it fun.
Got it.
Yeah.
Right? And if we lose the fun, then what's the whole point, right? I think the fun part is the most.
But
enjoyable.
The most interesting part is more than the fun. We have something called, he sees those things that I don't get to see. Probably because of his experience, because he's 6.5 years elder to me. He knows, he's been singing for 6.5 years more than me. So that 6.5 years plays an important role in how I sing today. Because of his experiences, I've gotten to, learn a lot of things that other people of my generation don't. So,
is there an example that you can give specifically?
The very fact that I'm able to sing Padams and Javalis, as well as people of his generation can.
What does that mean? Like
Padams and Javalis are compositions that have been popularized by a specific Bani called the Dhanammal Bani. Okay? And these are songs that have a lot of intricate movements.
Okay, like Gamakam types.
Yeah, Gamakas. And picking those gamakas and being able to reproduce them in the same way is really difficult.
It's like in general, in the Carnatic music field, if you're able to sing those compositions, it means that you really know music. Kind of, it's
Yeah.
there's a
Gold
perception.
standard.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put it in context. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've had a lot of exposure to Padams and Javalis because
He
I
has
have
been
a
singing that,
exactly.
Okay.
So my understanding of those Padams and Javalis started off very early. Okay, and because of that boost, my understanding of the same Padams and Javalis today has deepened further
Good.
because of early exposure. So the way we share ideas, also, so basically what do we do in Carnatic music? We pick ideas from compositions. There's nothing called new.
Yeah, you
We
improvise
just,
from there.
exactly. There's nothing exactly called new. We just rearrange what's already existing. That's how you rearrange it is the
Depends
creative
on-
part. Okay.
Newness is also about newness of the moment.
Yes.
Right. Of course, sometimes in that process of improvisation, you might come across a phrase or an idea that it has never been done before.
Yeah.
But that's again, sometimes even an old idea can feel new, right? So improvisation, like
voice.
when she says improvisation, I want to just clarify and say it encompasses all those possibilities as well.
Correct.
Super. I think
So-
that's a sort of really good note on like that sort of picking upon each other's experience, picking upon each other's coaching part in influencing your training, all of that. Any closing thoughts that you might have?
So trying to incorporate a lot of voice aspects into our own music helps you get a sense of balance as to how much you do what.
Yeah.
And first of all, helps you view music in a much different manner. Okay, like we spoke about the Pancharatnam, it's all commonly heard everywhere. And now with this aspect coming in, we now have a new perspective of viewing the same old existing things. And when you have someone to share with who's equally or more knowledgeable than you, it's always nice picking ideas, and how you pick ideas also influences the way you present your own music in concerts. Because when I am going to share, or pick ideas from him, that's almost, a similar way I pick ideas from my accompanists during my concerts. So that helps you in a very holistic way and probably gets you more inquisitive as to, how, because you've always been exposed to a lot of different perspectives. Because every time if I think about something, there'll all obviously be another view that's coming. So you get to think about things a lot and have 100 different perspectives.
This
about the
is an
same
example within one genre. I mean, of course, the viewers that might be watching this might be musicians, non-musicians in any way. My maybe a suggestion or a tip is seek out different
Music
kinds
companions.
of music companions, or if you're not a musician, seek out like buddies which have common interests as you, and try to pick off of each other. Like even in normal music or non-musical things, there are so many ideas you can actually pick off of each other. Right?
That's how classical
Right.
peer learning.
In terms of music, when it comes to music, you never know what kind of musical partnerships will come out of that. And of course, it's always going to be a win-win. You're never going to lose out as a musician in terms of musical growth, I'm saying. So seek out partnerships like that, and of course make it fun. That's the whole point. In my case, it became a sibling that she'll always take liberty. I'm the big bear, and she'll the age difference and all those things plays a huge role. But to each their own, as I said. So just seek out multiple musical partnerships that will only enrich you further. That's all I can say.
I think that's a really nice note to round off the sibling episode. So thanks so much, Adi
Thank
and
you,
Sahana,
Srivas.
for
Yeah.
joining.
Thank you.
Namaskar.
Thank you. Namaskar.